Hey guys, Chris from Machina, and this is our monthly state of play update where we talk about the company and our projects and where we're at and where things are coming along and what's going to be happening in the future. Over here, you can see we have Amethyst Revelations, the latest book that's coming out hopefully very, very soon. This is chapter 2. Now, obviously, it looks completed, but as you can see, it's not. Actually, this illustration is finished. We had to do some tweaks to get it to fit in, and but this is going to be finished quite soon, and I hope to have it out in the next couple of weeks. The editor has finally come back with the final chapters that they've addressed, and that's getting modified right now. We're focusing on addressing the magic chapter. And once that's done, we're basically good to go. At that point, we're just waiting back on these illustrations, which I said have been. There's a lot of illustrations for Amethyst, and they're all done by one guy, so we kind of have to be patient. And I think we have 8 or 9 illustrations that to go, a few to be tweaked. And since the editor's already done his work, we'll accelerate it right to a PDF release, get those same files sent off to China, and get them printed. Meanwhile, we have 6 adventures that are being produced through partly me and partly by William Miller. And these are, by a majority, have been written, and we are waiting on artwork on those. I'm going to be starting work on doing layout for them this week. So I'm hoping that we will get the first one released probably, I imagine, early April. And I hope to release the remaining ones every few weeks even, because I do believe the second one's completely written and the third one's in the preliminary stages as well. So I think doing quite well. William is heavily testing them, so that's kind of a reason why some of them are getting delayed. We are actually trying to make these a relatively high quality. Ultramodern 5, as we've, that was our last crowdfunding campaign. And last year, the backers and fans supported us rebuilding it in InDesign with the updates from the errata with a few other new tweaks. We did that. That got released. I'm happy to say that we got the POD yesterday, 2 days ago, I think, and they're really good. That there are 2 versions of it. One of these is standard, one of these is premium, and the reason why I'm saying one of these is that I cannot tell the difference between the 2. So even though I'm putting out the premium and the color and the standard version, my recommendation is if you do want to pick this up, pick up the standard edition. The premium isn't that much better. That being said, the offset is going to be a higher quality than the PODs, and of course the offset will also have the deluxe and leather versions. Those can only be acquired through the backer kit, although the deluxe and standard editions are available in retail now. Those are going to print, actually I think they already are in print. If not, they're going into print next week. We have been waiting to get certain files. So right now, China, our Chinese printer Round Color, have the Ultramodern 5 files. They've had them for some time. And they have all of the novels for Amethyst, and they have all of the RPGs, save for Revelation. So they have all the books they need to print except for one. There's also a GM screen, which we released for Amethyst back in 2018. There's a new GM screen we are putting out for Amethyst. And I have an update on that. We were planning on doing basically making it a repeat of the Ultramodern, and I decided to not do that. Instead, we are going to create a unfolding, pocketed GM screen. So it's still going to have the image. It's the very famous Origins Amethyst image, but inside is going to be no information, but it will be pockets so you can slip pages in. I think this is a fantastic idea. I absolutely love it. And if I could do the Ultramodern screen over, I would do that because I think it's so infinitely more usable and interesting. So that's a cool thing for those people who are getting the Amethyst GM screen. I haven't announced it officially yet. It'll go over the next update saying that the Amethyst GM screen will be a pocketed, higher quality product. Hope maybe that'll encourage some people to alter their pledge. We'll find out. That also being said, we're going to be closing pledges quite soon. If it's not the end of this month, it'll be sometime in early April. We are limiting the Ultramodern leather printings to 100. 200 of the alternate cover, and I think 200 of the deluxe, and then we're printing a bunch of the standard for general retail. And so people will be getting those once they reach Studio 2 Publishing for distribution. I have faith that Studio 2 Publishing will be able to distribute these in a timely fashion. So that's the update for Ultramodern 5. Amethyst is still waiting for Revelations to finish. I'm hoping to have it done quite soon. As I said, edits are done. We're waiting for our work, and then the PDF will be released. I'll order a POD, and then we'll get some prototyping for the printing, and then we're basically free and clear. The Affinity Kickstarter, that's one of the oldest Kickstarters that we have. That's technically not done. We have everything is out. The only thing we're missing is the audiobook. I unfortunately have to report that I have parted ways with the engineer. I mentioned this some weeks ago. I had acquired all the files from the engineer, but to my dismay, I found out that he hadn't actually recorded the vast majority of the dialogue that was required, forcing me now I have to approach the voice actors and get them to finish recording their lines. Thankfully, a friend of mine who's also a person in this industry has come on board to help me finish the project. And that is a godsend because I mean, I love editing. I love playing with stuff like audio and video, but I'm by no means a professional. So him and I are going to be working on that. He's going to come on board to be the new narrator. So he's going to be replacing the previous narrator because the narrator was the engineer. And since he didn't finish his work, I didn't want the narrator to suddenly switch voices halfway through. Not even halfway through. I think he only did one chapter. So as a result, we're going to be re-recording that. And that's going to be released in an episodical format. I'm hoping we can get started on that as early as later this month. So that's Affinity, Amethyst, and Ultramodern. The next thing is going to be in the future. I've made a promise that until China completely prints the Kickstarter for Amethyst and Ultramodern, and I have finished the vast majority of all the layout work that I have to do, the moment I hit a point where I can't do any work, either books are in print, books are in distribution, or I'm waiting for somebody else to come forward to finish work, then I might work on a next project. What's that going to be? It's almost certainly going to be a Ultramodern bestiary. There are a lot of other ideas that we have, but I think bestiary is a very safe approach. I think that we need to kind of test the waters and see whether or not we are sustainable for the new year. And so at some point this year, we're going to be launching a Kickstarter for a bestiary. Obviously, the focus is going to be porting over the monsters that we've already created through Ultramodern 5 and Redo, but then adding 100 more. And the focus will be modern, sci-fi, and urban horror monsters, and deviating from anything that would be a fantasy trope. I'd like to tap a lot of pop culture, bring a lot of monsters that are reminiscent of ones from famous franchises and IP without obviously blatant copyright theft, things that are very much inspired. So we'll see if that pans out. I'm hoping if everything goes according to plan that we can launch that in the summer. It's going to heavily depend on how quickly and how efficiently we can release these products and get these books printed and finished from the previous Kickstarters. I don't want to leave Amethyst and Ultramodern backers waiting any longer. Unfortunately, in many ways, it's frustrating. I wish I could do it all, folks. I wish I could do artwork, layout, writing, administration, and do all that. And I do a lot of it, but I can't do all of it. And unfortunately, it comes to certain things. And also, I don't think I'd be very good at all of those jobs. So sometimes it's really worthwhile paying professionals that are very talented to do this job for them. But sometimes you do have to wait. And I do apologize for that. We are, both of these projects were supposed to go into print at the end of last year. We are now 3 months going into this new year, and we are only now getting to that. So we are 3 months behind our planned project. Thanks to everybody for all their support. You guys have been very, very patient, and I really appreciate that. And thankfully, we produce products that have digital components, PDFs, PODs, and so forth. So thankfully, a lot of these products are in people's hands. So thanks again. I kind of had this screen open for some time, showing people off kind of the results That illustration's done. We're still waiting for a handful, but we can see Revelations is almost 100%. Once all this goes in, I'll be doing a book tour where I'm going to go through this file, show you some of the things. As of right now, we're heavily working on the magic chapter. Oddly enough, I have that illustration done as well. But there's a lot of stuff going in here. This is a very advanced magic system, and it requires, unfortunately, a little bit of TLC to make right. And we're doing that right now. So thanks, guys. This has been Chris from DSS Machina, and I will see you guys next week.